Hello everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, we are tracking a couple of lows to our north, but the main one is a cyclone, Cyclone Oma, and that's where we start today. This is it up here, Category 2, lying near Vanuatu. It is going to track over the next few days very slowly down towards New Caledonia, and it could linger there for an entire week. So this is a very slow moving system. Now further out to the east, the leftovers of those other lows we talked about yesterday, still there. They will also be sitting there for about a week. That's why those rainfall maps we've been showing you have been showing a lot of rain falling just north of New Zealand, but dry over us because of high pressure. We do have some rain coming into the New Zealand area, a couple of cold fronts. The first one's coming in at the moment with some rain on the west coast. Another one comes in on Friday night, Saturday morning, even weaker, but the temperatures do drop behind each one of those. Otherwise, most places are actually looking pretty dry. And the last thing, look at the airflow. This is the equator up here. This is streaming down from the northern hemisphere, from around the equator, and coming down past Fiji and just north of New Zealand, but not quite coming in towards us itself. So this is the tracking of Oma over the next couple of days. Vanuatu's there, New Caledonia there. So very slow moving. And I've seen a number of models that show it sitting just there for a week. Some show it a little bit further out to sea towards Aussie. Others showing it maybe even dropping down towards the Tasman Sea. So let's go over the next few days. There actually isn't a lot to talk about, but the weekend there is a little bit with this cold front coming through. So on Friday, in comes the next cold front. It may not arrive till late in the day for some of you. It'll actually be a little bit warmer on Friday than it was on Thursday for some of you down in the deep south. The winds are a little bit more westerly. That's why it is dry elsewhere, maybe a couple of showers in the North Island. But on Saturday, there's more of a southerly change down here. So the temperatures drop again, just a few showers, nothing too major. And further north, perhaps a little bit of a cooler change coming through. All that heavy rain that's lying just north of New Zealand, that tropical line just north of us, but we're on a different airflow as a result of that high, and the southerly and southeasterlies coming through as a result of that. On Sunday, no real change, maybe a couple of showers. The winds are generally light, coming in from either the south or the east, sort of in those sort of main two directions, and into the north, all that rain very close. It might even bring in a couple of showers, but it's pretty borderline. Let's go to next week. Monday sees showers along the eastern side. The cyclone up here, maybe actually a bit bigger and a bit stronger, lying near northwestern side of New Caledonia. High pressure is certainly in charge around New Zealand. It stays that way on Tuesday as well, with the two highs on either side of us. Perhaps a little bit of convergence between the two. That's afternoon showers, cloud buildups and things like that. The westerlies come back to the south with another cold front coming into Fiordland later into the day. Otherwise, nothing too serious in that forecast. By Wednesday, the high really is firmly in control of New Zealand, bringing settled weather, maybe a couple of isolated showers. The storm up here to the north hasn't moved, and our final map for Thursday shows the low still there. Now, I've seen some other modelling from the Europeans, this is the Americans, showing it maybe a little bit further south. So it is one to definitely keep an eye on. We've got a 30% chance of it reaching New Zealand. That's up from about 15% yesterday. So it's still low, but it's going, the slope maybe going up that way if you look at the graph and the risk for New Zealand. And as you can see, next Thursday, we've got perhaps a little bit more of a connection with this. With the nor'easters, the humidity would be going up a little bit. So there is uncertainty about what happens all in this area. Low pressure, lack of high pressure, and where does that low go at the end of next week and next weekend? So a big question mark on that. Now, before I go, lots of questions about where is the rain, when are we getting some, how much is coming. Please go to the Weather Watch website or use our free app. Go to the news section. We've got specific rainfall maps up there covering the next several days, and we've also got two lots of them, so you can sort of see what the Europeans and the GFS from America are saying, and they are saying a very similar thing. Very dry for the North Island and the upper eastern South Island. Perhaps a bit more normal elsewhere. So check that all out, and the latest on Oma and potential tracking into the New Zealand area. That is all from me. We're back again on Friday.